Today's rant brought to you by a guy that drinks beer. Okay. Today what I want to talk about is these protesters. Because that's all you're hearing on the news today. That protesters over there. They're protesting you, Mr. Trump. There's protesters over there. They're blocking traffic. They're protesting you, Donald Trump. It's all you. One girl, she went to protest out in the middle of the street and got hit by a car. These aren't protesters, folks. These are spoiled brats that want to bully you into doing what they want because they don't care about anybody but themselves. They're bullies. And I can say this with confidence. Protesters do it because they care about people. They care about others. They're peaceful. These people don't care about anybody but themselves. I can say this definitively because they're looting, they're rioting, they're burning down cities, they're blocking traffic to the point where an ambulance can't even get through, and people are dying because of it. As a matter of fact, I just read a story about a 4-year-old little girl that no longer has a daddy because he was, for whatever reason, picked up by an ambulance, was getting taken to a hospital, got blocked by traffic by these protesters, and died. Because they couldn't get through. These are rioters. These are spoiled brats. These are morons. They don't care about anybody but themselves. As a matter of fact, some of them are willingly taking money to be bullies from George Soros, a rich liberal asshole. They're protesting an election. They're protesting the fact that they didn't get their way. That's what it is. Oh, well, Hillary got the popular vote. Hillary got the popular vote. Did you look at the electoral map? She won like 7 states out of 50. So you're trying to tell me that you're perfectly okay with 7 states dictating who governs everybody. I thought you didn't like power being forced upon people. But that's what you want to do because you didn't get your way. I get it. You see, in 1804 they came out with the Electoral College because the country was expanding, the country was getting bigger, and they realized that the popular vote isn't going to work. Alright, we are not a democracy, we're a free republic. So what they devised was a way to have state elections. The popular vote of that state won the electoral votes. And if a presidential candidate won enough states, enough electoral votes, he's awarded the presidency. This makes it so that you have to win basically at least half, just over half the country, state-wise, to be elected president. So you don't have 3, 4, or 5 states dictating who governs everybody. You have 25, 26 states, 27 states, minimum. Then they put that person into office. And they, run the country. So when you see these people talking about protesting, we're protesting, you're not protesting. They're rioting. They're throwing a childish temper tantrum. They just need to get their baba and their passy and go take a nap and let the adults take over. And in a sense, that's what's happened. Okay? The children had their heyday for 8 years. Okay? 8 years. They had their chance. I no longer have health coverage because of that asshole. 25 to 30% of my check goes to fund these idiots rioting, looting, burning cities to the ground. I put up with him for 8 long years. Now Trump's here, and they're all traumatized. Oh my God, what we got? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Okay? If I survived Obama for 8 years, you can certainly survive Trump for at least 4. I mean, come on. See, this is what this country is founded on. And they never had a problem with the Electoral College. That's how Bill Clinton got it. Well, that's how all the presidents got it, but just for the sake of argument, that's how Bill Clinton got it. Okay? That's how Barack got it. That's also how George W. Bush got it. And he was a bought and paid for career politician, which is why he never got anything done. Now we got Trump. A true outsider. A man that's been on both sides of the fence. Yes, he's a multi-billionaire that used to play that game. Because he had to. If he was going to have anything to get anything done, he had to. They're doing nothing but giving him crap about his transition team being full of lobbyists. Well, guess what, bitches? That's all that's in Washington. He has no choice at the moment. When you first go in to clean out a clogged shitter, you have to put some tools through the shit. You have no choice. And that's what we gotta do. That's why we're calling it drain the swamp. In order to get to that plug in the middle of the swamp, you're gonna have to wade through it for a minute. It's the way it goes. But we're gonna do it. We the people voted for Donald Trump because he hugged the American flag. We the people voted for Donald Trump because he's pro-Constitution, pro-Second Amendment, pro-First Amendment. We the people voted for Donald Trump because we think he's going to be the best person that was presented to us to run this country the way it was meant to be run. My big rant, my big beef here is people calling it as on standby. People calling it a protest. They might be protesting in their own little minds, but it's not a protest. It's a liberal, childish temper tantrum. It's inciting violence. It's rioting. It's being a bully. It's using fear and a temper tantrum to force people to agree with you. That's the definition of being a bully. We don't stand for it. We're not going to put up with it. And please note, these people are out there rioting. And you get a couple Trump supporters in the way. A couple of them are going out there and trying to say something. Okay? Not many. If we were really as bad and violent as they wish we were, we'd be mowing them down with our AR-15s. But we're not. Because we actually care about others. We actually want to see the country be prosperous. We want people to get back to work. We want to keep most of our paychecks so that we, the people, can invest in our states, our cities, our country. That's how we had the best universities. You realize we had the best universities, the Transcontinental Railway, before the federal income tax. Because people cared about their country. We did things for the best of our country. That's how we became the most powerful nation on earth. And the direction that Barack insane Obama has been taking us is the reason we are losing that ground. There is a reason that Donald Trump hasn't even been sworn in yet. And Israel already wants to amend relationships. Russia already wants to amend relationships. Shit, China. Yeah, screw China. There is a reason interest in U.S. money, Dow Jones, the stock market is going up. Because, by and large, they know that if this country has this man, Donald J. Trump, for president, we will become a force for good in the world, like we have been, ending 2 world wars, going to war with ourselves because there was a problem and good prevailed. I'm not going to say the South was evil, and I'm not going to say the North was good. The ideologies clashed, and the good prevailed. They call it the North, but whatever. There was people in the North that supported the South, and there was people in the South that supported the North, so I don't like that segregation. It was people. We're not going to get into it. This country has made some mistakes, but we've always come out on top. We've got grit, we've got guts, we've got work ethic, most of us. And that's why we voted Donald J. Trump. I'm tired of my tax dollars being paid out to give to people to stand in the middle of a road and block an ambulance. I'm tired of my tax dollars going to kill unborn children. This country's tired of it. That's why we came out and voted the way we did. That's why there was the highest turnout in a long time in this election. 12 minutes. I mean, there's so much more. But stop calling it a protest. It's not a protest. It's a bunch of whiny-ass, spoiled brat bullies trying to force you to do what they want. And it's as simple as that. If anybody is a dictatorship or like the Nazi Party, it's the freaking liberal Democrats out there protesting. Because all they're trying to do is to use fear and manipulation and throwing a damn spoiled brat temper tantrum to force you to give them what they want. That's not what this country stands for. That's why Donald J. President. Donald J. Trump got the presidency. And that's why this country will always survive. Long live our republic. And here's hoping Trump will be a great president.